Hello, welcome to Survival ABCs. This video is going to be about my minimalist camping kit. Now, this backpack I normally use for my bushcrafting work. Anytime I'm going out in the woods to basically build with the intention of building things. I'll generally have all my tools in this backpack, and sometimes I'll carry a little extra stuff just in case I so decide last second to go camping out. I'll usually have my saw or my axe, a knife, lots of rope, other things of that general sort. But today I'm using this backpack for my minimalist camping kit. In the near future I'm going to replace it with something else. This backpack is world famous. I can't remember the exact designated title of this backpack, but I got this backpack for pretty cheap. It was the last one there. It was a display item, and as you can see there's a grommet here missing, so it is damaged. So I did get it for a pretty good price, which was about, original price I think was about $60, and I got it for just under 20 bucks. So hell of a deal. So I figured I'd show you guys what kinds of stuff in here I have. It seems that every single winter or midwinter, usually I come up with some of these minimal kits to use in spring and summertime. Some of them I've used on a regular basis, sometimes I don't, but every single year I generally change it up a little bit. But for the most part they're generally the same. So the backpack, I've tried out different backpacks for this. Sometimes it was good, sometimes bad. Other times I actually used the wool blanket as a way of wrapping it up in general. So get starting with, I got my water bottle. This one is it looks a lot like a military style of canteen, but obviously it's not. I put my stainless steel canteen cup with it. This one's brand new. I haven't used it yet. And it fits in there really nicely too. So I think the two heaviest items in the backpack so far would be the water and the wool blanket I have in here. So this is my water kit. I was going to put a stainless steel water bottle, but I wanted to keep the weight down to a minimum, so I figured plastic bottle, and I'll just go with the stainless steel cup. Next, as you've seen in a previous video, this will be my cutting tool. For now, I'm actually just going to keep this blade in here for now and use it with this kit. I haven't fully decided yet on whether or not I'm going to actually add a knife. If I do add a knife, it'll just be a small pocket knife, but for the most part, and with most of my backpacks, I actually have a knife that I keep on my belt, and I keep it separate from my backpack so that that way I'll remember it. Sometimes I may choose last second to change my backpacks around, so I may end up choosing something else entirely. So for now I'm going to keep the chopping tool in here, and as you've seen in previous videos, this is the Frontier Hawk, homemade do-it-yourself sheath. In here I have a little poncho tarp type of thing. It's more of a tarp than a poncho. The hood was kind of ruined, but it still works fine. I'm going to replace it with something smaller and lighter in the near future, but this is what I have for now. This here is the paracord in tent stakes. So you can see the tent stakes a little falling out. This bag also needs to be replaced. I need a little clip on the string just to keep it all secured, but in there is roughly about 25 feet of paracord. There's a second length in there that's about 10 feet long. It's for the tarp the way I do up the tarp shelters generally, but that's what is in there. It's 6 tent stakes. They're really cheap. In this little bag, I found these little bags from Coghlan's at the store one day, so I figured I'd pick up a couple of them. There's 2 other bags that came with this. They're much larger. In here, first off and foremost, there's a small fire making kit right there. There's a Bic lighter, there's a ferro rod and striker, a bunch of wet fire tinders. There's also a little military can opener in there. I stuck it in there. I have matches, but I'm trying to find a small container that'll fit inside of here, a separate waterproof container for the matches. So for the moment there's no matches in there, but there will be some soon. Also, I decided to add earplugs. There have been most times I can sleep just fine without them, but there are some times when I'm going minimal, which you know, I'll have sometimes I'll have some trouble sleeping, so I decided I might as well bring them along, because there have been some times where I've been sleeping not very well because of the noise, often because I'm there with other people, and you know, some people stay up later than I do, so I figured, you know, the earplugs might come in handy. If I don't use them, they stay in the kit, you know, no biggie. I've got Cliff bars. These bars here, I got 2 of them here. These are the chocolate chip peanut crunch. This is what they had available. I got these at Sale, S-A-I-L. They're pretty good bars. They're, you know, these are what they look like. They're generally a little on the pricey side, unfortunately. This one here was $1.99, or I got 2 for the price of 1, which is why I have 2 here today. There's different flavors. I like chocolate chip ones the best. This is the chocolate chip peanut crunch one. They're pretty good. You definitely try them out. They got a good taste to them. They're chewy. So I got 2 of them in here. I also got this nice flashlight here. This one was small and cheap I got. Nothing special about it really, but it is quite bright. And also, lastly, in this bag is a small Allen key. This is for the tomahawk itself. I got this one for my other axe. I haven't gotten around to getting a second one, but this is for just in case I need to tighten it up or replace it or anything like that. So I figured it's handy to keep it around, just in case. On the side pouch here, I also got a small roll of toilet paper for the obvious purposes. I stuck it on the outside because sometimes they'll just be, you know, walking along and suddenly you gotta go, so I figured I'd stick it on the outside. The bottle of water I may stick on the outside pouch right here, but I haven't fully decided on it yet. Because this is a pouch, there's no cover to it, and these side pouches are too small to carry the water in. But some of these items I might stick in the side pouches. Now, lastly is the wool blanket. This is a military style wool blanket. I believe it's 5 feet by roughly just over 6 feet. Not 100% sure on that. I have to actually pull it out and tape measure it, but it's 80% wool. It's not 100% wool, unfortunately. They didn't have any, at the time of when I got this, they didn't have any 100% wool blankets there. The belt that holds it around, this is a cheap, sleazy belt from the Dollarama for the obvious price of $1. I cut some new fresh holes into it so I can wrap this however tight or whatever I want. I generally keep some wool blankets in my car for the winter time, so these belts definitely come in handy when I wrap them up together. I have 2 like this one. This is one of the 2 that are roughly 80% wool. The other 2 I have are more synthetic. They're only about 50% wool. They're not really all that big either. So I actually use them just to sleep on top of, which in the near future I may add a second wool blanket to this kit just for one to sleeping on. I also may add a ground sheet depending on how the weather may or may not end up. So if it's soggy or it's raining, I may add a ground sheet just so I can get up off the wet ground. But this is basically my minimalist kit. This is really all there is here. You know, writing it all down on the list to get it all prepared, you know, you think it's a long list of things, but it's actually, when you get it all packed up together, it's actually not very much here. There's really not much in the way of luxury items except for maybe the toilet paper. And there's not really much in the way of extra little nooks and crannies and bells and whistles, so to speak. So, wool blanket, water bottle, and these are probably the 2 heaviest items that are going to be in this bag by far. Everything else is pretty small, lightweight, and pretty decent wise. So this is my minimalist camping kit, or bug out kit even. And the great part about it is that it's inside the bag. Nobody really can tell that you're going to go out and camp out. So really, you know, I can just wander off into oblivious and camp out. So anyways, this is Survival ABCs, and I'll see you around till next time.